Now look, Dougie's confused. I don't blame him. I'm confused as a listener. All right, I dropped out in 9th grade. I get it. I had reasons to drop out in the 9th grade. But last time I checked, it didn't matter when you graduated or when you dropped out or whatever happened. Math is still math, right? You'll see what I'm talking about. Let's just take a little dive down there on Professor Hilkey's math lesson for the day. Professor Brian Hilkey tells us that by the time Doug is doing preliminary torque, final torque, and then double checking the torque on both cylinder heads, he's going to have torqued a bolt 102 times. Fair enough? So let's do the math on that. 383 and a 440 have 17 head bolts on each side. Doug makes a pass through there at 35, 45 pounds. It's an initial torque. So he does both sides. Each side gets 17. 17 and 17 is 34. Is that fair, Pete?
Yes, sir.
It's very fair, right? You don't argue with that. Now we come back through, we readjust the torque wrench, and we go to 85 pounds. That's your final torque. Now, Doug's gonna torque one side to 85 pounds, 17 bolts, and the other side, 85 pounds, 17 bolts. So we have 34 on the first pass, 34 on the second pass. That's 68. I'm okay with that. Then Doug wants to go around and double check them one more time, he tells Brian. I want to double check them. I want to make sure they're still at 85. So he's got to go around one head 17 more times. And he's got to go around another head 17 times. Last time I checked, 34 and 68 isn't 102. So maybe they ought to send him back to school. I think he was a teacher or something.
Mark, that's right. 68 plus 34 equals 102.
Yeah, no, the math's right. I'm not saying the math's not right. Had nothing to do with the math. All right, this was more about the fact that I like to double check that primary torque. All right, at 35, 45 pounds, that initial one, I like to double check that before I just go willy-nilly and start putting 85 pounds on. So if you did that math and you added 34, 17 for each side, to the 102, you would have 136, I believe is the correct answer.
I'm gonna make you do this side.
I'll do this side.
Okay.
All right, let's do it.
It's true, I was a high school teacher, and my rule was, hey, if I was gonna hand out an assignment to the kids, I wanted to double check it. And I always asked them, hey, before you turn it back into me, double check your work, double check your answers. Maybe the boss man should check his numbers twice before he goes on set.
All right,
you getting tired yet?
A little bit.
Man, you got this.
I'm trying.
I'm gonna retire soon.
I thought I retired once. And then I came to work here.
Why'd you do that?
I like building cars.
That is great. Me too. We have a pretty good crew here.
It's a good crew.
Sometimes people bring donuts.
Sometimes.
Sometimes people bring
Sometimes.
donuts. I'm not kidding.
Then
this is a great place to work.